What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. I know it's been a while since I've last posted a video. I've just been busy taking care of a few things and I decided to take a little break, but I'm back now. Today I've got another pomade review for you and we're gonna continue looking at more products from Nostalgic Grooming. For today, we're gonna be looking at Nostalgic Grooming's All Base Medium. Now this is a non-petro all base pomade with a medium hold, and without further ado, we're gonna take a closer look at the jar right now. And here we have Nostalgic Grooming's All Base Medium. Comes in a 4-ounce plastic jar, has a label on the lid with the brand and scent. On the side you get the familiar branding from Nostalgic Grooming, has the brand and product name in this green and orange colorway. You get ingredients on one side and directions on the other side as well. Once again, I really like the presentation with Nostalgic Grooming products. Looks really nice, clean, and has a retro feel to it. And if you open it up, you get this yellowish pomade inside. The scent's called Draca Type, which is basically the Draca Noir cologne, and it smells pretty damn accurate. If you smell Draca Noir, you basically know what it smells like. It's also a fairly prominent smell, so you're definitely gonna notice it throughout the day. Now scooping it out, I'm gonna scoop out the top layer just to show you how the consistency is. It definitely has some toughness to it, but with a little bit of pressure, it actually comes out. Even though it's a non-petro all-base pomade, it's not that difficult. Breaking it down, it's pretty easy. The top layer does beat a little bit, but it's really not that bad for a non-petro all-base pomade. I've had way worse to scoop out and I've had way worse to break down. This is definitely one of the more easier non-petro all-base pomades that I've worked with. Going into the hair, really easy, hardly any resistance if any. Just goes in really smooth and slick, and I'm applying into completely dry hair, as you can tell. Now I know there's quite a stigma on how Nostalgic Grooming's products scoop out, but I'm not seeing it with this one at least. I've never had to use the back of my nail, and if you've had any experience with non-petro all-base pomades, you'd know that that's a huge plus. And yes, it's still not as easy to scoop out compared to a petro all-base pomade, but it's still not that difficult, so I don't really get what the big deal is. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I do know that Brandon from the Workman's Pomp has a full video on how to work with Nostalgic Grooming's products, so you might want to check that out if you're having any issues. The scent, like I mentioned earlier, definitely prominent, so you're gonna notice it for pretty much the entire day. And while I don't hate the scent, I kinda do wish that I could get it in a different scent, to be honest. Not entirely digging the Draca Noir scent. And as for the shine, this pomade provides a really nice medium shine, which I like a lot. Slicking it back, goes through really easily, hardly any resistance if any. This pomade also has a really nice amount of slickness and it doesn't even feel that greasy. Gonna style my hair now, talk to you again in a bit. And I think I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting a pretty good amount of height. My sides are holding down really nicely. This pomade has an awesome amount of slickness to keep everything nice and tight. Getting that medium shine and the scent is present. So anyways, let's talk more about the all base medium. Now I think it's no surprise that I really like this pomade. If you watched my top 5 pomades of 2018 video, you know that this made number 2 on the list. In fact, I was using this pomade in that video. Don't know why I didn't mention it at the time. And the reason why I like this so much is that it's a non-petro all-base pomade without most of the annoying traits of a non-petro all-base pomade. Now scooping it out definitely has some firmness to it, I will admit, but once you get it going, it's really not that difficult to work with. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't really need to use the back of your nail to scoop it out, which is a huge plus for it being a non-petro all-base pomade. Breaking it down does beat up a little bit, especially in that top layer, but everything below that, I've never really faced that much beading, if any. Breaks down and applies into the hair really smooth and slick, which is a huge plus of course. You also get a really good amount of slickness without it feeling overly greasy. It styles really nicely, it has a pretty lightweight especially before it sets, but you can still get a really nice amount of control with it. The whole I definitely say is a medium. In fact, it feels like it's pushing slightly towards a medium firm without it being a medium firm, if that makes any sense. You can also expect a good endurance with this. Even though it's a slightly slicker medium, I don't really face much issues with it holding up throughout the day. Of course, if it's a really hot day, a few strands might fall out of place, but it's really easy to restyle. Now as for washing it out, I do find that it takes about 2 showers with shampoo to fully cleanse your hair. But I find that after one wash with shampoo, a lot of it actually comes out. So if you're not a fan of build-up, that's actually a huge plus point. Of course, if you do choose to work with build-up, you can just rinse your hair and it will leave behind a really nice and clean build-up. So anyways, final verdict on the Nostalgic Grooming All Base Medium. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Once again, just an awesome non-petro all-base pomade. I really like this one. There's honestly not much that I don't like about this pomade, aside from the fact that I maybe don't like the scent that much. If they had this in the fruit scoop scent, I would fruit scoop that up immediately. I would highly recommend this to people who are looking for a non-petro all-base pomade that's not a bitch to work with. It's really good for beginners or veteran pomade users, so definitely get this one. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.